Okay, doing a quick video here. I have a Blue Eddy Power. This is, I can't even remember the exact model, but it supports up to 200 watts in. And sometimes I can put this out by where my solar panels are going to be. Other times I wanted to have it a pretty good distance away. And so as I was kind of thinking that through, I was going to go ahead and make up my own extension cable with the proper connectors on it. These the LC4 type connectors. And so I was looking at cabling and what all I wanted to do there. But there are times when I have shore power also. And in those situations, I sometimes want to park near where I have that shore power, and other times I want to be a little bit further away. So I was going to have an extension cord for that as well. And I thought, does it make any sense to have multiple extension cords? I mean, really, when you're talking about an extension cord, you're really talking about, in this case, 10-3. So I've got 10 gauge wire on the inside of this. I've got 3 separate conductors. With my solar, I really only need 2 conductors. So can I just use those 2 conductors to be my extension cord? Well, that's really kind of what I've made here. It's real quick. Threw together an end that is the LC4s there, and then just a standard plug. And the same here, standard plug in the LC4s. So I'm able to plug those in together, and obviously I'll do that with the extension cable here shortly, and we'll take a look at things. Now, over 200 feet in distance, they're saying I should be losing somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 volts on a 10 gauge wire. So we'll see if that's the truth. We'll go ahead and do some testing on that. But first I wanted to kind of get a baseline for how much power we've got. Again, I've got 2 140 watt panels. They're vertical right now, and I've got some shading going on, so I'm sure I'm not going to get very good power, but let's see what we get. So I'm plugging them in. They're running in parallel. I'm not running them in series. So plug those in. You can see this lights up immediately, telling me that we have power coming into it, and we'll see what it averages out at. So we got 192, 118. So looks like about 118 watts currently with what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that, and then now we're going to go ahead and just put this in place. So I've got some, this is like 14 gauge wire that's on this, so some losses there, but let's go ahead and let's throw this in place. So 118 is what we were seeing. And then with these adapters, again, not a lot of length here, but let's see what we get. Powered back on. See what we end up with. There's 82, 113 watts. So far we're 5 watts away from where we were. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disconnect these, and I'm just going to plug into the extension cable. So we've got the one end here, go ahead and plug in on, and then this end here, I'll go ahead and plug in. Really doesn't matter which one we're at. So this is a 100-foot 10-3 extension cable. Let's see what kind of power we're getting through this. So 66 watts, 98 watts, 99. So there's 101. So what I've seen from doing some testing before is I'm seeing about 10 watts, maybe a little bit more, but right around 10 watts that I'm losing over all of this with the extension cables, with all of the additional connectors, everything going on that way. I'm seeing a total of 10 watt loss. So to me, perfectly fine. That's really not a problem. I can run off of one of these panels getting in the neighborhood of like 90-ish watts. My usage with a laptop, my cell phone, Starlink, everything along that line is really under 100 watts. So with these 2 panels, I've got more than enough power to keep myself up and running. And that's with everything full bore. When the laptop battery and everything settles in, 45 watts, I'm somewhere in that ballpark for my actual usage. So very, very happy. All right, let's go ahead and let's see what our voltage drop is. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the from the one closest to, actually we'll just go ahead and test it right here. So grab that, and let's see what voltage we're at. So I'm seeing 21.3 volts at the plug. Let's go ahead and let's take our parallel adapters and let's see what kind of voltage we have here. So 21.3, and here looking at, interesting, and now we're at 21.2. I think shade is probably what's causing that. We've got a little more of the tree blocking off on the panel. So again, from a voltage drop standpoint, I am not seeing anywhere near the voltage drop that was calculated when I was running through the calculations on online websites that were telling me about the voltage drop I should expect. So all in all, I'm very happy. Yeah, 21.2 here again as well. And again, that's 100 foot of 10.3. This works, and I'm very happy. I've got one extension cable that I can worry about bringing with me. I've got some other ones with the camper. But very small camper, adding this to it is really not going to be an issue. Much better than adding another one for the solar. And with this, I can daisy chain additional extension cords if I wanted. Be interesting to, again, see some numbers as far as what it is that I'm dropping. But 10 watts, yeah, that's an acceptable loss for me. Thanks.